reactions, and you think, wow, how could you give a 24-year-old a hysterectomy? So not only did that surgery rob me of my motherhood, it actually almost stole my life as well. So when I came out of surgery, I was getting worse and worse. I wasn't getting any better. And so the doctors decided that they would keep me overnight. They were going to just send me home that day, but they said, we're going to keep you overnight. Something's not quite right here. You're not getting any better. And then surgery happened in the morning. All through that day, I'm just getting sick, and I didn't know if it was from the pain or if it was from the pain meds. I couldn't tell, but I was just getting sicker and sicker, and I was very dizzy, and I had no idea what was going on. And then I started losing consciousness, and I remember drifting in and out of consciousness. It just felt like I was, sleeping for a couple seconds, and it may just have been a couple seconds. I have no idea. But I kept drifting in and out of consciousness, and I remember the doctors or the nurses saying, we're going to do an ultrasound. We're going to do an ultrasound of your abdomen and see what's going on. And so they did. They got the ultrasound machine up into the hospital room, and they found that I'd been bleeding internally all day. I don't know how many hours exactly. Like I said, I was drifting in and out of consciousness. I had no idea what was going on. But from what I understand, one of my arteries was left open or cut open by accident, whatever it was, and it had just been bleeding that entire time. And all the blood was pooling in my abdomen. So they rushed me back in for emergency surgery, and luckily the doctor came back to the hospital. I know it was nighttime. They had to call him out from his home and come back to the hospital to do it. And so he came back. He was able to fix everything that happened. They got all the blood that was pooling out of my abdomen, and I had 3 blood transfusions before I could leave the hospital, which is a significant amount of blood. So I did almost die from this procedure, and my parents knew that I was close to death. I gave the hospital permission to communicate with my parents, even though I was an adult. I said, yes, you can communicate with them. And they knew that I was in the emergency surgery. I was back in the operating room, and they knew that I'd been bleeding out, because when I was unconscious, they didn't know if I was going to be able to sign off on the second surgery. So they almost needed to call my parents to come and sign off for me. They didn't need to. I woke up in time to sign the paper, and they just rushed me right in. You didn't have to wait for anybody else to get there, luckily, because my organs probably would have started shutting down at some point if I continued.